Canine Unit is a support unit for York Regional Police. We assist uniformed members as well as our tactical team in a variety of different calls for service.
We have dogs that have a specialty in detection work with capabilities in firearms, narcotics,
as well as dogs that are trained to look for cadavers or people that have been missing for a very, very long time.
We're not always looking for the bad guy, we're also looking for people that have gone missing, people in mental health distress. When it works and it succeeds, even after 7.5 years, I'm amazed sometimes when the dog can just pick up somebody's scent and pull you into the woods and show you where that person's hiding.
Our PSDs have an olfactory system that is greater than that of human capability.
It's quite obvious when you're working with them that their sense of smell is just amazing. We can smell a hamburger, the dog can differentiate between the ingredients and what ingredients went into to create that hamburger. That's an analogy some people will use.
We've had recent finds where there was a body that we were searching for and they were underwater, but a dog passing over that body of water on a boat was able to indicate their exact location within feet. It's awesome. PSDs are police service dogs from overseas, and they train the dogs from the puppy stage up until about a year, year and a half. So that's when we will actually take a look at them and see if they would be a good fit for York.
I think through TV, there's this idea of the dog that just sort of follows you around, days on, days off, interacts with the family, interacts with the public. That isn't the way that things work. So there is a very strong bond between you and the dog.
The bond starts off from the very basics where we feed out of our hand. We develop a trust between ourselves and that dog. And for the majority of the dog's career, they're only ever handled, touched, played with, or engaged with that handler. So our PSDs, they come home with us at the end of our shifts. They have a dog house, a chain link area for them to move and go about their business.
And then it also helps keep that bond, especially between the handler and the dog. So if they're interacting with, your family or people on a daily basis, we want them to kind of be, the sole purpose is, to be my working dog and your protector.
When I was doing all my research, it was basically starting from scratch, okay? So we didn't know how many we wanted, what type of equipment was required. So it was great. We went around and started researching with the OPP, London Police, Peel Police had a canine unit. So the chief then decided to say, no, we're gonna start off with 4 dogs. And we knew we were gonna choose German Shepherds at that time because based on our studies, we determined they just, overall, for a general purpose dog, they were the best.
We spent probably 30% of our time with public relations and the rest was on the road. We were brand new. It's phenomenal the size of the unit now and the equipment they have and the resources that they have that we didn't have at the time.
There's always new technology that's being added, whether it's GPS to the dogs and we're doing area or evidence searches.
All of our new police service dogs have our new issued vests, which are bullet resistant and puncture resistant.
There's cameras you can add to these vests that the dogs have now if the dog is going into a building, and you're able to see what the dog is seeing essentially.
Over the past 10 years of my experience in canine, there's been a lot of changes. What has really affected us positively is that there's an understanding of the specialty unit that we are. 10 years ago, you may be called out once or twice a shift. And now we're finding that just the way calls are developing, we're just being utilized so much more.
In some cases, the calls for service end within minutes, but some drag on for hours with a number of different terrain changes, weather conditions. We wear quite a bit of equipment, so we need to ensure that those officers are in the best physical condition.
There's an expectation in canine to have a standard of physical fitness that it never comes into question. And it can never be a factor of, I'm too tired to keep going. This is exactly what we signed up for.
It makes me feel very proud as now a citizen of the region to see the canine unit expand to what it is. Like everything in policing, it's changed, right? Technology, complexity, challenges within the community. vastly different today than it was then. And again, when you're looking at our Canine Unit celebrating 35 years of experience that they can draw on now. And I'm sure in the future they'll look back and say, why the heck did we do this in 2024? We should be doing it this way, right? But that's progression, right? That's progression.